Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Make sure you hit that big red subscribe button and hit the bell icon and set notifications to all, that way you never miss a future upload. Another day, another drama channel drama, and today we're going to be talking about, did Petty Paige run Ashley Kyle off of Twitter? Now before we get into that, if you haven't seen my previous video titled Keemstar Needs to Stop, which I'm sure a lot of you haven't because it got demonetized for the first 10 hours, so I doubt a lot of people got notifications, I will link that in a card up over here, as well as down in the description box down below, so definitely make sure you go and check that out as well. Alright, let's go ahead and get on into it. So the other day, Paige took to a live stream to talk about the entire situation that was going on with Swoop and with Mikey, and in this live stream she did talk about both Ashley Kyle and Smokey Glow. Well, while this live stream was going on, it turns out that people were sending stuff to Ashley, and Ashley decided to take to Twitter to air out her frustrations. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Ashley had to say on Twitter, as well as Paige's response. Ashley Kyle tweeted, "Seriously at Paige Christie UK, LMAO, I ain't spoke about you, tweeted you, acknowledged you, I moved on, but you have the gall to call me for telling you to, off? Well, if it wasn't clear the first time, off. Now talk more in your live stream, you hypocrite. Make sure you send all your peeps to back you up and talk. Like, leave me alone, you weirdo. I'm minding my business and staying in my own corner. You're literally a weirdo." Ashley followed that up by tweeting, "And don't send me any tweets or anything about..." Ashley followed that up by tweeting, "And don't send me any tweets or anything about me or anything people have to say, because I don't want to see it and I don't give a... I feel how I feel and nothing anyone can say will change it." So you can see in those tweets from Ashley, she was getting DMs that people were calling her, and she took to Twitter to express that and to share her feelings on the entire situation and say, "Hey Paige, why are you calling me these names when I never even have been talking about you?" And we're going to get into what Paige actually said in her live stream, so definitely stay tuned for that. But then she went on to tweet out the following. Ashley then followed that up by saying, "I deleted my tweets after some clarification at Paige Christie UK. Though I meant some of what I said, I truly never meant for you to deal with any type of aggression. It was never a black/white thing. I was just hurt. I'm sorry if you dealt with that due to our petty drama. My DMs are open if you ever want to talk. I know we'll never be friends, but we can try to talk this out." So after she got more information on what was said in the live stream, I don't know if it came to her from DMs and people are like, "Hey, Paige didn't say that in the live stream. I don't know what you're talking about." Because I'm going to assume with Paige and Ashley not being friends that I highly doubt that Ashley was actually in Paige's live stream listening and she was just getting information from her followers. And I can understand that if you're not friends with somebody, I doubt that you're going to go and watch their live stream, especially if people are saying, "Hey, this person's talking about you in your live stream. Why would you want to go and hear that?" You're going to protect yourself from that because you don't want to hear that, let's just be honest. I've also been in a similar situation where I reported on somebody else's video in one of my videos, and I didn't actually watch the video, but somebody told me that the video was disgusting and gross and shouldn't have been made, and so I also said the same thing, even though I hadn't seen the video, and that was wrong of me to do because I hadn't watched the actual video. So if I would have went back and watched the actual video, I would have been able to get the context of what was in that video and not just listen to what somebody was telling me. And I'm going to assume that this is what was happening in Ashley's DMs as well. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what Paige had to say in reply to Ashley over on Twitter. Paige then tweeted, "I'm sorry fam, but when you're saying like this, the apology feels disingenuous. Considering you attacked, apologized, then attacked again, muted comments, pretended like you ain't say publicly, then reach out to me in the DMs. Are you genuine or is this performative?" And then shared the following screenshots of a DM that Ashley Kyle sent her. Ashley's apology reads, "Hi Paige, I wanted to genuinely apologize for my reactions tonight. I was getting DMs calling me, and I snapped and I got too upset and tweeted things I shouldn't have. I genuinely wanted to apologize if you ever faced any microaggressions or from our petty drama. I swear to you in my heart that was never my intentions. At the time I didn't see it as a black/white thing, I saw it as just drama. But I understand how others see it and how it came back to you in that way. I guess being white, I didn't see it. Please know I'm sorry. I knew things had happened after our drama but nothing I was involved in, and I just stayed out of it. And I'm sorry. I should have defended you. I didn't know you that well, but I know enough to know that I respected you as a creator and know you are not anyway an anti-Semite. I never believed that. I should have defended you. Obviously I'm not sorry for my feelings or the things I said stemming from my feelings, because I meant them. But I truly to God never meant for you to suffer at my hand or a drama in any way. It's hurting me so bad knowing you did. I wasn't aware of it aside from the anti-Semite thing, but I had no role in that. You don't have to accept this apology, nor do you have to reply. I understand if you don't completely. I truly just want both of us to move on. I could tell that you're hurting, and I shouldn't have acted or tweeted in anger during that time. I'm so sorry, Paige, from the bottom of my heart. Now, let's get full context of the story. I went back to Paige's live stream. I know a lot of people said they couldn't find it, but Paige says that all of her live streams go unlisted as soon as they're done. So unless you have her on notifications, you don't have the actual link. So thankfully, I do have Paige on notifications, so I was able to go back and I watched the live stream about 3 or 4 times just to make sure that I was understanding what she was saying. And here's the part where she was talking about Smokey Glow and Ashlye Kyle. So let's take a listen of what Paige actually did say in her live stream.
Okay, so this is where I'm going to have a quick moment and talk about performative activism, because this is something that we've seen a lot on social media. A lot of different people doing performative activism, pretending as if they're down for the cause when really they're not. And honestly, listen, right, I'm just going to be honest, right? And I'm mad as hell, right? Because I'm heated, because I feel like Spanky spoke, and this is the first time that I have ever felt like my feelings were validated. Like I wasn't wrong. Like I wasn't fucking crazy, because I thought that this was just nuts. It was nuts. And I'm only going to speak about my experience, and the only reason I'm speaking, because if you're going to sit there and say, oh, look at her turning this whole situation, talking about her, we are talking about black pain, and my black pain is just as valid right now. Y'all can't tell me that my black pain isn't valid, and or that I don't have I shouldn't be able to speak in this moment, because honestly, this really pissed me off. No end. And I just kind of feel as if like I was made to feel like I was so wrong for feeling this, right? And I'm gonna say it again, but this time I'm not going through as much postnatal depression. And if people come at me at this moment in time, I feel like I'm strong enough to handle it. So fuck you, suck your mother. All right. Sorry, a little bit of patois came out. Just a little bit of patois. So y'all will remember earlier on in the year where things went absolutely up for me, right? Where social media was calling me all of the names under the sun. Remember we had this discussion about black people not being able to, you know, fully be, you can say something. But when it comes to actually feeling the oppression of systematic, that is something that unfortunately cannot be comparable to any other race besides black, period, right? We've already had this discussion. That whole situation pissed me off because it all came down to Paige was a bully, right? Remember, I was a bully for speaking my opinion on questions that my audience asked. So the audience asked me questions, and then because I responded with my valid opinion, I was the bully. Remember? I was the bully, I was the aggressor, I was the mean person in that situation. Please remind us that that is exactly how that situation went, right? Questions were asked, I responded. Paige is the bully. She is actively bullying people. Now, let me ask you, what color were the people that I was bullying? Were they white cisgender women? Was I actively attacking them? Going out of my way to attack them every single day on social media? Or did I just impart my opinion? I imparted my opinion, and I got chastised all across social media, right? I had several people leave my channel telling me I was a good for nothing piece of garbage human being. I even had a white woman sit on her platform and tell me to go myself in front of her audience while people applauded her and said, oh, she's so fantastic, when I never said anything close to that at all. So you want to sit there and talk about performative activism? I am sick to death, and I'm speaking specifically about those two ladies, right? I'm sick to death of being in a situation, especially when it comes to y'all's, where y'all are validated a lot higher than myself constantly. And I am having to quiet my voice. I am having to stop feeling the way that I feel. I have to pretend like injustice isn't going on within my community purely to appease the masses, and I'm done. I am done. I've been done. I am done. I'm done, right? That whole situation, my head up mentally in the worst way that it could possibly fuck me up. The worst way. I had a white woman sit down on her platform and tell me to go myself. And y'all clapped. But y'all will be the same who were sitting there with your power fist saying Black Lives Matter. Bull. Bull. Black lives didn't matter. Bull. All of you who sat down and clapped for this white woman telling me to go myself. Every single last one of you. And for the other white woman who turned round and said to a whole audience, oh, I'm not going to this party, aren't I a great person? Look at me, I lost out on going to this big influencer party. Without going to the people individually and actually telling them that she's not attending before she went to her audience. That is performative activism. Going to your audience and speaking from a place of, oh my goodness, is exactly what that is. So guess what? You two, I don't want to hear y'all say about this story. I don't want you to breathe a word about this story. You're not talking about it. Not on my clock, not on my time. Because when it comes to performative activism, y'all's the best. Y'all's the biggest. Y'all's the best who ever did it. Because when it came down to it, you put yourself before anybody else. You put yourself before gay men. You put yourself before a black woman. Period. 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 So I don't want to hear you say on this topic. I don't want to hear you sit down and virtue signal like you're the good, blessed white person, because when it came down to it, you didn't give a about another black person. When it came down to it, you stayed silent while the entire community sat down and pummeled people to the ground, to the point of depression, to the point. That's where you were. You didn't give two when it came down to it. So I don't want to hear you say, don't say a word. I don't want to hear you say. And every single person who was there clapping for that white woman who told me to go and myself, you mother too. I don't want to hear y'all say mother. Because those are the biggest performers out here in these streets. I prefer honesty. People who are but at least they admit they mother. That's what I prefer in this universe. Not people who will sit there on their platform and tell their whole audience of over 100,000 people that they're not going to this party because of these bad people before they even go to the individual and tell them anything. That's exactly what that is, performative activism. People were sitting there thinking, gosh, she took such an L. Oh gosh, she's against some of the largest influencers on the platform, bless her. No. And when I said she should have had the common decency to speak to somebody about it before she went to her audience, I was not wrong. I was not wrong, because y'all stand so hard for bullshit people. That's why y'all were too blinded to see. The most disrespected woman on this planet is the black woman, and that is period. And I'm at the point now where I am done being disrespected by people. I am done allowing people to talk about me like that. And I am done sitting there and feeling like I have to apologize for being who the I am. Or have to validate who I am to appease people. But I was the bully, the aggressor. When y'all know I did nothing to Ashlye Kyle but unfollow her. And I didn't even speak about it. I didn't make a post and say, I unfollowed Ashlye Kyle, because I didn't do any of that. Why? Because I'm grown. Because I can just unfollow somebody and go about my day. But I was made to feel bad about it. And even when I apologized and I sat down on my platform and I said, listen, Ashlye, I actually to this day don't understand what you're upset about. But I'm sorry if I made you feel bad. Which was all that I could say, really. People are like, it's not a real apology. You're not even acknowledging why you're sorry, so it's not a real apology. F you, go yourself, Paige. Call y'all. You can never invalidate me. You can never silence my voice. You can never take away my blackness. You'll never be able to take away who I am. And these performative activists are exactly the reason why this community is so Exactly that. Exactly that.
So from what I'm understanding that Paige is saying in that portion of her live stream is that she was talking about performative activism and how people were acting. She didn't say anything about them being. So I don't know where all that came at, that people were saying that to Ashlye in the DMs. Now, who actually ran Ashlye Kyle off of Twitter? Let's be honest, it was the people that were sending her those DMs saying Paige was saying things that she wasn't, which then made Ashlye respond the way that she did. Now, if people weren't sending those DMs to Ashlye saying that Paige was saying things about her that she wasn't, then Ashlye wouldn't have responded the way that she did. That's just fact. She was being fed misinformation by either her fans or people who didn't like her to try to get a rise out of her, and that's exactly what ended up happening from what I can see anyways. But I would love to know what you guys think about that down in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button and hit the bell icon and set your notifications to all. That way you never miss a future upload. Alright, that's everything for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!